Welcome to the Goo Gunners family channel. We have big news today. Arsenal have a huge decision to make about Eberechi Eze. Mick Arteta has to decide where Eberechi Eze best fits into his Arsenal team after Martin Ødegaard's return to the starting 11. That is according to former Man United and Blackburn chief scout Mick Brown, who remains very well connected within the game, as he exclusively told Football Insider that the boss must decide who his first-choice attacking midfielder will be. Eze was moved to the left wing to accommodate Ødegaard during Arsenal's 2-1 defeat at Aston Villa on Saturday, but turned in an underwhelming performance. The former Crystal Palace star was at fault for Matty Cash's opening goal before being withdrawn at halftime, raising questions about his role in the side. This comes after Brown told Football Insider in July that there were doubts over Eze's move to Arsenal and whether he could be consistent enough to justify his price tag. Mick Arteta weighs up major Eberechi Eze decision. Brown told Football Insider following Arsenal's win against Tottenham that Eze must become more consistent under Arteta to become an elite player. The former scout, who has a wealth of experience in top-level player recruitment after over a decade at Man United during their most successful period, insisted that there are now questions about the England international's role in the side. "There have been some questions about Eze in this Arsenal team," he told Football Insider. "We spoke before this move happened about what his best position is, because at Palace he was allowed to be a bit of a free spirit and to drift around. Then they had other players in the team who were prepared to work hard on the other side and get the ball to him in areas where he could pose a threat to the opposition. When he was in midfield for Arsenal, he had that to an extent, because Declan Rice and Zubimendi would do the dirty work and let him do his bit going forward. Now Ødegaard has come back in, he's been put out on the wing. But everybody knows Eze isn't an out-and-out winger, that's not his position. So there's a huge call for Arteta to make. Do you put Eze back into midfield and accept there are limitations to what he gives, or play him out of position? There's even the option of him being somebody who fills in where he's needed, and he can do that, but it's not going to get the best out of him. It's a difficult decision to make, but the manager has to do something because questions are being asked after that defeat against Villa. Arsenal set sights on new additions to bolster their squad. Despite concerns about a number of players and their best positions in the side, Arsenal remain determined to add further quality options to their squad. Eze's makeshift position as a left winger has been questioned, and now Arsenal have set their sights on Antoine Semenyo, who would likely fill that role more naturally. Football Insider revealed on 7 December that Arsenal are interested in signing Semenyo, but may wait until the summer when his release clause lowers. Semenyo signed a new contract during the summer, which includes a $65 million release clause, placing interested clubs on alert ahead of the mid-season window. However, that fee will drop to $50 million in the summer, tempting the likes of Arsenal to delay January moves in favor of paying a lower fee at a later date. Watch out for this. Antoine Semenyo to Arsenal update today. Antoine Semenyo has been at the center of growing speculation about his future at Bournemouth amid interest from Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, and more. Semenyo signed a new contract during the summer, which includes a $65 million release clause, placing interested clubs on alert ahead of the mid-season window. However, as I revealed on the latest edition of Football Insider's Inside Track podcast, a January move for the 25-year-old is not guaranteed, and clubs could be tempted to wait until the summer when that release clause fee drops to just $50 million. Former chief scout Mick Brown told Football Insider on 4 December that Man United want to sign Semenyo in January and could accelerate their interest. Arsenal race Liverpool to sign Antoine Semenyo. Football Insider revealed on 2 December that Liverpool are the frontrunners to sign Semenyo, despite uncertainty about whether he will leave mid-season. The Reds' sporting director Richard Hughes still has strong connections at Bournemouth, but that has not deterred a number of rival clubs from taking an interest. Arsenal are now firmly among those clubs as they look to further bolster the depth of their squad as part of their goal to win the Premier League title. Speaking on the Inside Track podcast, I explained, "Yeah, well look, right now, Semenyo is probably going to be the most talked about player in the January window. Liverpool have been front runners for him. City now are also weighing up a move to trigger that release clause as well, for around $65 million in January. Arsenal are admirers, and they could make a move. Tottenham are admirers, and Manchester United have also shown an interest in Semenyo as well. So as I said, it's going to be probably one of the transfers to watch for in January. It's just whether anybody's ready to activate it and pay that $65 million. But they could wait until the summer when the release clause drops to around $50 million. Bournemouth don't really want to lose Semenyo in January because he's going to be a tough act to replace. But because of that release clause, they will be powerless to keep him. Liverpool leading the race to sign Semenyo. Football Insider revealed on 5 December that Liverpool are the frontrunners to sign Semenyo, despite interest from Arsenal and their other rivals. Meanwhile, Football Insider revealed in October that Liverpool have an advantage in the race for Semenyo thanks to Hughes's connections at Bournemouth. The sporting director signed Semenyo for the Cherries during his spell at the Vitality Stadium and could now look to bring the player with him once more. Semenyo has also been a long-term target for Man United, as they also considered a move in the summer before he penned a new deal at Bournemouth. Despite his release clause being seen as an achievable price for most interested clubs, whether they will be willing to trigger it in January is yet to be seen. Arsenal are more than satisfied with the work Mick Arteta is carrying out and are not contemplating the possibility of losing him. Although he has not lifted a major trophy since 2020, the club believe the steady progress made over recent seasons reflects a clear upward trajectory. Arsenal have been one of the most consistent teams in England for some time, and this campaign could be the one in which Arteta is finally rewarded for the extensive work he has undertaken. Regardless of how the season ends, the club are not considering any managerial change, and confidence in Arteta remains firm. Arteta's confidence in Arteta's project. The Gunners continue to believe that trophies will eventually follow, and they maintain full trust in the manager's long-term project. The commitment shown by the club is based on their conviction that Arteta has built a stable, ambitious, and competitive side capable of challenging at the highest level. Even though some may argue that a trophy is overdue, the broader view within the club is that the foundations laid under his leadership will soon deliver success. However, no one expects him to remain Arsenal manager for the entirety of his career, and thoughts about his long-term future naturally extend beyond North London. As a former midfielder with a clear vision for his managerial path, it is no surprise that speculation continues to surround where he might go next once his work at Arsenal is complete. Arteta's future ambitions. Even if he does not secure major trophies at Arsenal, Arteta would not face difficulty finding new opportunities, given the reputation he has developed. According to Fichajes, he has a dream managerial role in mind, and that dream is Barcelona. The report suggests that managing the Spanish club is an ambition he holds, one that aligns with his background and footballing philosophy. For now, his focus remains firmly on Arsenal and on achieving as much success as possible before considering a move to Spain. The prospect of such a future step does not diminish his commitment to the present project, and Arsenal remain convinced that his leadership will guide them to